Hey guys, Madison here, back for another Film Friday, and today I am going to be completing, for the first time ever, my viewing of the Back to the Future trilogy. As I said in my last reaction, part 2, I watched the first Back to the Future before I was even doing movie reactions, so that's why there's not a reaction to part 1 on my channel. I had already seen it. But I just reacted to part 2 a couple of weeks ago and really enjoyed it. And now I am ready for part 3 because I got a little sneak preview at the end of part 2. And it certainly whet the appetite. As soon as I saw it was going to be a Western, I was like, let's do this, bring it on. I'm so excited it's going to be Western themed. So I guess this could also count as my Western of the month as well. But yeah, guys, I've really enjoyed both movies so far, and I'm really excited to watch part 3 and round out the trilogy today. So without further ado, guys, it's time to go back to the future one more time. Oh boy. Are we gonna see what happened from the other Doc's point of view when he disappeared in the car? The DeLorean.
Doc! Doc! No! Mark! Just sent you back to the future.
Yeah, come back from the future.
Great Scott. I mean, he literally only had like 5 seconds to recover. He just succeeded, he sends him back to the future, and then he's literally back 5 seconds later. Time for another adventure. Doc's like, can I just rest for a second? The hoverboard. Yeah, they both need a solid, top-notch nap before they do anything. They've been through it.
I can't recall what happened. I don't even remember how I got home. I saw a vision of Marty say he had come back from the future.
Hey, Doc.
Sort of a image.
Oh.
Calm down, okay? Just calm down. It's me. It's Marty.
Can't be you! I sent you back to the future!
The dramatic music.
If the me of the future is now in the past, how could you possibly know about it?
You sent me a letter.
My calculations are correct. You will receive this letter immediately after you saw the DeLorean. The lightning bolt that hit the DeLorean caused a gigawatt overload, which scrambled the time circuits and destroyed the flying circuits.
That's a crazy looking gadget there.
While I attempted to repair the damage to the time circuits, suitable replacement parts will not be invented until 1947.
That's a problem.
Once you have returned to 1985, destroy the time machine. Do not attempt to come back here to get me. I will always treasure our relationship and think on you with fond memories and a special place in my heart. Your friend in time, Emmett L. Brown. I never knew I could write anything so touching.
No, Doc. It's beautiful. Sorry, Doc. It's all my fault you're stuck back there. I never should have let Biff get to me.
There are plenty worse places to be than the Old West.
That's true.
The time vehicle sealed off in a side tunnel. We may have to blast.
That was a heck of a transition there. He looks so cute.
Doc, check it out.
My initials! That means the time machine must be right through this wall!
There it is.
No wonder this circuit failed. It says made in Japan.
All the best stuff is made in Japan.
Unbelievable.
It'd be way more likely that it would fail if it was made in China. Oh yeah, I went there.
Perhaps I'm now in the history books. I wonder, could I go to the library and look myself up in the old newspaper archives?
You're the one that's always saying, it's not good to know too much about your own destiny.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with the space-time continuum.
Copernicus, come on, let's go home, boy. What's wrong, Copernicus? Come on.
Oh no.
Oh, come on.
Shot in the back.
Look. William McFly and family.
My great-grandfather's name was William. Good-looking guy. Doc, look.
Great Scott. It is me who goes back there and gets shot.
It's not gonna happen, Doc. I'm going back to 1885, and I'm bringing you home.
Great Scott.
Haven't you ever seen a Western?
Yeah, I have, Doc. Clint Eastwood never wore anything like this.
No, he didn't. They're gonna make fun of him in 1885 if he shows up looking like that. They're gonna call him a dude. Just please don't let Biff or anybody get a hold of the DeLorean again.
Hey, Marty!
Oh. Oh. Those Indians won't even be there. Well, now they're real instead of a cardboard cutout. They would not know what to think of a car.
The cave!
Oh, I hope they didn't see. What were they even chasing? Because they can't have been chasing him. He just came out of nowhere. And they were already running at something. I don't know. Now what? That's what was happening.
Get the cavalry!
Well, that was eventful. It's not leaking, is it? Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh my gosh. This could not have gone any worse.
Mom, is that you?
There now.
Oh no.
Who are you?
The name's McFly. Maggie McFly.
Clint Eastwood?
You'll be excusing me, Mr. Eastwood, while I tend to William.
William.
William Sean McFly, the first of our family to be born in America.
That would be cool to see, wouldn't it? Your first ancestor who was born in America.
How is it that you came to be way out here without a horse or a hat? My horse broke down, and I guess I just forgot my hat.
How could you forget a thing like your hat?
Well, when you're being chased by a bear.
I'll take you as far as the railroad tracks. You can follow him straight on into town. I'll even give you a hat. Why, William? Oh. Will you hold him for a minute?
You sure you're not after bringing a curse on this house, taking him in like that?
I've just got a feeling about him, Maggie. So you're my great-grandfather, first McFly born in America. And you peed on me.
Well, he's in the right place. Proceeds to construct the clock tower. That'd be it, I think. And he stepped right in the horse crap.
I didn't know the circus was in town.
I knew they were gonna make fun of him.
What'll it be, stranger?
Ice water?
In here, we pour whiskey. Hey, McFly!
Uh-oh.
You ain't Seamus McFly. You look like him, though. You kin to that hay barber? What's your name, dude?
I knew they were gonna call him a dude.
Clint Eastwood.
I'm looking for that no-good cheating blacksmith. You seen him? No, sir, Mr. Tannen, I have not.
You're Mad Dog Tannen.
I hate that name. Nobody calls me Mad Dog.
This escalated quickly. Is he moonwalking? Oh. Oh my gosh. It never takes Marty long to get in trouble. Big trouble. Oh, that's the worst. And apparently, the marshal is gone, so there's no law to help him. What? Man, this is a lawless town, isn't it? There should be some townsfolk about now that are like, hey, cut that out.
Haven't had a hanging in a long time!
Cannon, it's pointed straight at your head.
Doc has never been cooler.
You better be looking behind you when you walk.
One day you're gonna get a bullet in your back.
It's good to see you, Marty. You're gonna have to do something about those clothes. You walk around town dressed like that, you're liable to get shot.
Yep.
What idiot dressed you in that outfit?
You.
Excuse me, Emmett. Do you remember last week when you volunteered to meet the new school teacher at the station when she came in? She's coming in tomorrow. Her name's Miss Clara Clayton.
Now we know who Clara is.
The idea that I could fall in love at first sight?
That's the way it was, me and Jennifer. God, Jennifer, damn, I hope she's all right. I can't believe we just left her there on the porch.
Me either.
Iced tea? Get
the DeLorean and get ourselves back to the future.
Tore a hole in the gas tank when I was landing. We're gonna have to patch it up and get some gas.
Without gasoline, we can't get up to 88 miles per hour.
Well,
24!
No use, Marty!
I love the Clint Eastwood looking poncho.
Bartender says that's the strongest stuff they got.
Try it, Marty.
That might just make it worse.
Strong stuff, all right. It'll take me a month to rebuild it. We know it won't run under its own power. We know we can't pull it. But if we could figure out a way to push it up to 88 miles an hour. Tell me, when's the next train come through here?
Monday morning at 8 o'clock.
Oh boy. Everything's happening on Monday.
Marty, it's perfect. You're just not thinking fourth dimensionally.
Fourth dimensionally.
We'll arrive at a point in time where the bridge is completed.
That's a terrifying idea. Oh no, it's gonna be the school teacher. Ooh. Oh my gosh. She would have just died a horrible death.
Thank you, sir. You saved my life.
Oh no.
Emmett Brown at your service, Miss.
Clayton. Clara Clayton.
What a beautiful name.
And the lightning strikes.
I will see you again, won't I?
I have a shop in town. I'm a local scientist, a blacksmith.
What sort of science?
Actually, I'm a student of all sciences.
They're already cute. I already ship it.
What do you mean you're gonna be seeing lots of her?
Well, I might see her again just in passing.
Clayton Ravine was named after a teacher. They say she fell in there 100 years ago. Every kid in school knows that story because we all have teachers we like to see fall into the ravine.
That she was supposed to go over in that wagon. And now I may have seriously altered history.
It's okay. Just create another branch in time.
What does this mean? Point of no return.
The point of no return. It's a nice little parallel there to, or reference to storytelling structure.
My telescope was damaged. I thought you might be able to repair it for me. If you move it this way, the image turns fuzzy. See?
She's crushing on him so hard.
I'll see you this evening at the festival. Mr. Eastwood?
Ma'am.
Mr. Eastwood?
Ready, gentlemen? The only problem is we'll never be able to show it to anybody.
Smile, Doc.
This is so fun. This is already my favorite Back to the Future, baby.
You look very nice.
Thank you.
But you can't
I love you.
Doc's famous last words. He was like, I'm not going to fall for this woman.
Anyway, go ahead.
Dang, Marty.
Where'd you learn to shoot like this?
7-Eleven.
You gentlemen will have to check your firearms.
Who's gonna make us tenderfoot? You?
I am.
Marshal Strickland. I didn't know you was back in town.
Thank goodness. Don't you dare.
Ain't you gonna introduce me to the lady? I'd like a dance.
I hate this guy. Where is the marshal?
I bet there's something you can do that's worth $80.
He assaulted a lady. Arrest him. Hang him.
Hey, lighten up, jerk! Mighty strong words, Runt. You man enough to back him up with more than just a pie plate?
They should arrest him because he snuck a firearm into the party. That was against the rules, so arrest him.
What's wrong, dude? You yellow?
Oh no.
Nobody calls me yellow.
Like I said, we'll finish this tomorrow.
Tomorrow we're robbing the Pine City stage.
What about Monday? We doing anything Monday? Settle this then.
8 o'clock. I do my killing after breakfast.
Break it up. Any brawling, it's 15 days in the county jail.
What about the fact that he brought a weapon into the party when the rule was to check your firearms? We're just gonna breeze right on over that? Okay.
I'd like for you to have this brand new Colt Peacemaker and gun belt.
You should take that.
Of course, you understand that if you lose, I'm taking it back.
He reminds me of poor Martin.
Hi. Who? Me brother. You a brother named Martin McFly? Had a brother. Martin used to let men provoke him into fight. That's how he got a Bowie knife shoved through his belly in a saloon in Virginia City.
I never found lunar geography so fascinating. You're quite knowledgeable.
When I was 11, I had diphtheria. I was quarantined for 3 months.
3 months.
I have space vehicles so powerful that they
They break the Earth's gravity and send the projectile through outer space. You're quoting Jules Verne from The Earth to the Moon.
You've read Jules Verne.
They're soulmates. Oh, complete with a shooting star. They're so sweet. I hope it doesn't end in tragedy. That is quite a breakfast contraption.
You talking to me, Tannen? Well, I'm the only one here. Go ahead. Make my day.
He is fully embracing his inner Clint Eastwood.
My name, it's vanished.
We're going back to the future tomorrow, so everything's being erased.
But only my name is erased. The tombstone itself and the dates still remain. That doesn't make sense.
Maybe it'll be Tannen.
It may not be my name that's supposed to end up on this stone. It may be yours.
Great Scott.
I know, this is heavy.
Very heavy.
If Buford Tannen comes looking for trouble, I'm going to be ready for him.
You can't go losing your judgment every time someone calls you a name. That's what causes you to get into that accident in the future.
And he never learns.
I've made a decision. I'm not going with you tomorrow. I'm in love with Clara.
Oh, man.
I have to live my life according to what I believe is right in my heart.
You're a scientist. What's the right thing to do? Up here.
You're right, Marty.
Oh, I want Doc to be happy though.
I don't know, maybe we can just take Clara with us.
I caution you about disrupting the continuum for your own personal benefit. I must do no less. Traveling through time has become much too painful.
Ugh.
I've come to say goodbye.
Wherever you go and take me with you.
I can't, Clara.
If you sincerely do love me, then tell me the truth.
I'm from the future. And tomorrow I have to go back to the year 1985.
Is she gonna believe that?
Because you know I'm partial to the writings of Jules Verne. You concocted those mendacities to take advantage of me.
Oh. Oh.
All you had to say is I don't want to see you anymore.
I was shocked at first. I was like, wow, she took that well. And then it was like, boom. I'm sorry, Doc.
Whiskey, Chester. And you can leave the bottle.
Doc, I don't know if this is such a good idea with what you have planned tomorrow.
What time is it, Doc? Doc!
Doc is probably very, very drunk by now.
And in the future, we don't need horses. We have motorized carriages called automobiles.
Doc, what are you doing? This could disrupt a lot. I'm supposed to tell people things.
How much has he had?
That's the first one. He hadn't touched it yet.
He just holds it.
I've lost her, Marty. There's nothing left for me here.
Let's get going.
Here's to you, blacksmith!
And to the future.
Amen.
Hammett, no!
What the heck?
How many do you have?
Just the one.
Just the one?
What? He could not pass out that fast. He literally just drank it.
How far does the 8 o'clock train go?
San Francisco's the end of the line.
I'll take a one-way ticket.
Oh, Clara, no. She's not gonna be on that train, is she?
Let's make some wake-up juice. In about 10 minutes, he's gonna be as sober as a priest on Sunday. Go ahead and pour it on down his gullet.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't expect to see you here this morning.
Hey, well, something inside me told me I should be here. As if my future had something to do with it.
That was odd.
Are you in there, Eastwood? It's 8 o'clock, and I'm calling you out. All right, you got the gumps.
Oh no.
If you don't go out there, everybody everywhere will say Clint Eastwood is the biggest yellow belly in the West.
Marty, learn from your mistakes.
I don't care what Tannen says, and I don't care what anybody else says either.
Marty, is he finally gonna learn? Is he finally gonna grow as a person?
That poor fella last night had the worst case of broken heart I have ever seen.
Listen up, Eastwood. I aim to shoot somebody today, and I'd prefer it be you.
Dang it.
What did you say her name was? Sarah?
Clara.
Clara.
Hammett.
Oh goodness.
Prepare to meet your maker, blacksmith.
Right here, Tannen.
There's the shot right there.
I thought we could settle this like men.
You thought wrong, dude.
Did he have a shield, a piece of metal under there? Because he's watched Clint Eastwood movies, right? A fistful of dollars. Yes. Yep. I love it. I love it so much. Ooh. It's always a manure truck. Or in this case, a manure wagon. Ew.
I hate manure.
It's worth $12, never been used. Maybe I'll trade it for a new hat.
I love that. Oh no.
Time machine.
Oh goodness. What's gonna happen?
Is this a hold-up? It's a science experiment!
Is she gonna go with them or is Doc gonna stay?
$25 an hour, Doc!
The new gauge on the dashboard will tell us the boiler temperature. Green, yellow, and red.
Doc. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Golly!
Golly.
We just passed 40, Doc!
She is determined and I gotta love her for it.
I love you!
Oh.
Climb out here to me!
Oh my gosh, guys. And in those shoes.
Doc! The red line's about to blow!
Oh. Oh, I can't look. I can't look. Yes, hoverboard to the rescue. Oh no. He didn't get to go back to the future. But it's okay, because he'll be happily ever after with Clara. Better look out, Marty. Yeah. Well, that's one way to destroy the DeLorean.
Well, Doc, it's destroyed.
Well, there she is. All is well.
Marty, I had the worst nightmare.
It wasn't a nightmare.
Nice set of wheel. Let's see what she can do.
No thanks.
What's the matter? Chicken?
I would have hit that Rolls Royce.
Mm-hmm.
Erased. You're right, there's not much left.
Doc's never coming back. I'm sure gonna miss him, Jen.
What the heck?
It runs on steam! These are our boys, Jules and Vern. I brought you a little souvenir.
I brought this note back from the future and now it's erased.
It means your future hasn't been written yet, so make it a good one. Both of you.
Where you going now? Back to the future?
Already been there.
A locomotive time machine. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. That was by far my favorite of the three movies, for sure. And I'm not gonna lie, it was definitely a big part of that was because it was basically a Western. The whole setting was Western, and I guess you would call it like a sci-fi Western, although really they didn't have the sci-fi technology for a lot of the movie, but I loved that, number one, and number two, I did not think the main like story element that was going to keep me invested in this movie would be Doc's love story. I could have never predicted that. But oh my gosh, I immediately got so invested in him and Clara. They were just so sweet and so, like, they had such great chemistry. It was adorable. I was immediately on board. I loved the angst, the tension of he has to go back to the future, but he wants to stay with Clara. And then they followed the story beats perfectly of the angst and the breakup when he tells her the truth and then she doesn't believe him, and then finding out how brokenhearted he is over her, and she catches up to them just in time. It was beautiful. The tension and drama in that scene was great when she catches up to them and the peril they're in, hanging off the side of the locomotive. It was amazing. I loved this one. This was also, by far, my favorite Biff was Outlaw Gunslinger Biff. I feel like he sold the whole villain thing the best in this one. He was just, he really fit the gunslinger role. Yeah, I dig it. That was my favorite Biff. So really everything about this one was just my favorite. I loved it. It was wonderful, and I'm just so glad I finally got around to finishing this trilogy because it really ended on a high note. I was going to be okay if he didn't see Doc again and kind of left it on a little bit of a bittersweet note with him staying in the past with Clara. But of course Doc would find a way to build another time machine, and I love that he showed up there at the end and him and Marty got to have a last exchange there and kind of tie it all up with a sweet and beautiful little bow, and the send-off with your future isn't yet written, it is what you make it. A great message there to end on. And I loved seeing Marty finally being able to overcome his thing of, like, anytime anybody insults him and calls him a coward or you scared or whatever, he was finally able to overcome that in this one and be like, I don't care what anybody thinks about me, I don't care what anybody says. And so he's finally rewriting his future, and the "you're fired" note goes away and all of that. I loved it. Loved it. Honestly, I wouldn't change a thing. Wouldn't change a thing about this one. Definitely my favorite of the trilogy. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And I hope you all enjoyed my reaction. So I have one more order of business to cover before I wrap up this review, and I hate to have to bring this up after such a fun reaction because I really enjoyed this one, but I have to bring it up now, unfortunately. So I love doing reaction videos. You guys know I love watching movies with you all, talking about them, and doing these first time watches with you guys. I've been doing it, I believe, for 4 years now, and I love this community we've built here on the channel, and the channel is growing. It has always kept growing over these 4 years, and I'm very, very grateful for that. Unfortunately, it's not growing fast enough. And you guys know I have an editor. I have to pay my editor, and you also know that this is not my main job. This is a side hustle at the end of the day for me. I'm an artist and an author, and I'm also a reactor on the side. And so for something to take away time from my main hustles, being an artist, writing my novels, it has to be profitable. It has to be profitable enough for me to be able to take time away from my real jobs. And contrary to what many out there may believe, it is really hard to make a lot of money as a YouTuber. You have to have massive views, or you have to have a lot of member and patron support to make up for what you're lacking in income actually coming from YouTube. So I'm rambling on and on. I guess I should cut to the chase. If something doesn't drastically change over the course of this month, this will have to be my last month of doing reaction videos, and I really, really hate to have to say that. I've been putting this off and just kept doing them because I was hoping something would change. But a really drastic change would have to happen. If just 1,000 of my 31,000 subscribers joined my Patreon, it would be a complete game changer. I currently have less than 100 patrons over on my Patreon, and I'm so grateful to every single one of you who are over on my Patreon who have supported me, some of you from the very beginning, and I appreciate all of you so much. You have made it possible for me to actually profit doing this. I was losing money doing this for a long time, and I am finally profiting. Not very much, but I am profiting because of you, and I am so grateful for every single one of you. Unfortunately, I would need to profit a whole lot more to compensate me for all of the time I put into this channel and these videos. So if you love this channel, if you love my content and you want to see it continue, you want to see it keep going, please consider either joining and becoming a member of my channel or going and joining over on Patreon. If it's not in your budget, I completely understand. But if it is in your budget and you would like to help keep this channel going, please head on over to my Patreon, see the rewards, see the different tiers you can sign up for, or become a member here on my channel, and we will reassess. We'll see what happens over the next month, over the course of May, and if June rolls around and nothing has changed, I will unfortunately have to call it quits for now. I'm not saying I will never do another reaction again. I do have a tier over on my Patreon where you can specifically request and pay for a reaction, so that option will always be there. That will always be available, but I will no longer just be doing reactions on a weekly basis. And I hate to have to tell you guys this, and I hate to, again, to have to do it at the end of such a fun reaction, but as I said, I just couldn't put it off anymore because now May is here, the month of May is here, so I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. I didn't want to drop this on you out of the blue and be like, this is my last video or whatever. So yeah, I didn't want to do that. And this is really hard for me and sad to talk about because I have put so much time and investment into this channel over these several years, and I've had so much fun doing it. But there will just have to be either a drastic change in patron support, a drastic increase with that, or a drastic change would have to happen over on YouTube, going viral or something. Views would have to explode for me to make the money I need to make to keep going. As I said, if even 1,000 of my 31,000 subscribers become patrons, that would be a total game changer, and if that happens, I will reassess. I'm not going to assume that that's going to happen, but if it does, I will definitely reassess and maybe continue. But I just wanted to let you guys know the situation. My YouTube channel, even if I'm not doing reactions anymore, my YouTube channel will still be here. I'll still be posting. If you've noticed, I've started posting shorts over here on YouTube of my process, making art, doing drawings and paintings. I will still be posting shorts of my process here on my channel, and maybe some other art videos on my channel. I don't know, that's work in progress. We'll see if I do any more art related content over here. But I'm also planning, and there's no set date on this, but I am also planning a behind the scenes kind of documentary for the making of my first novel, Gone Outlaw, and the trip I took to the places I wrote about. I've had that footage. I've been sitting on it since 2023, and I've been trying to get the time to put together that behind the scenes documentary. And that is something that would also be here on my YouTube channel. So there's other content that will still be here, even if I'm no longer doing movie reactions. So hang around, stick around for that. I'm not going anywhere. The form of my content may just be changing and may not be here quite as often, so I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. There will be a couple more reactions that I will be doing in the month of May, so stay tuned for those. This is not my last reaction. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up about this, again, so that I don't just drop this on you out of nowhere, because I know many of you will be very disappointed to hear this, and I hate to have to tell you. And I hate to have to end this video on that kind of note. So let's not give up, guys, yet. Something might happen, something might change, and this might not be the end. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll see what happens. Thank you guys so much for watching this reaction. Check out the link in the description below for the full-length watch-along over on my Patreon. Please like this video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys next week for another Film Friday. Bye, guys.